This is our story of an amazing day with family. We got up early in the morning to take the BART train from Fremont to San Francisco, then catching the trolley to Pier 33, where we boarded the ferry to take a tour of Angel Island and Alcatraz Islands. We learned about their history and we took in the scenic views of the surrounding cities and connecting bridges.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, thank you.
And the men who guarded them. Hear their voices and experience their daily lives when you tour the federal penitentiary. Although it's known as The Rock, you'll be amazed at the island's natural beauty. Discover the secrets of its historic gardens. And keep an eye out for abundant bird life. But also, be on the lookout for the remains of a Civil War fort, a 19th century stronghold that protected San Francisco Bay from potential invaders. In 1969, in a bid for political recognition, American Indians claimed Alcatraz. Locate the signs of their occupation. Alcatraz. It's so much more than just a prison. The National Park Service welcomes you to Alcatraz Island. Please be aware that there are dangers on Alcatraz, including uneven walking surfaces, steep hills, and hazardous closed areas.
Off to the right-hand side of the boat, folks, or starboard side of the boat, of course, is Alcatraz Island. Over here on the east side of the island, you can see the agave plant growing in the hillside there. That is the agave trail right above the water's edge. Unfortunately, this time of year, the agave trail is closed due to hurricanes. The lighthouse that you see at the very top of the island, that is the oldest operating lighthouse on the west coast. Although that is the second completion. Ladies and gentlemen, in between the red and green marker and Alcatraz Island, you see that little rock cropping. We call that Little Alcatraz, with all the cormorants on it right now.
Yep. Yeah.
There was a famous escaped attempt involving two prisoners entered the water over underneath the Model Industries buildings. One prisoner made it to Little Alcatraz and decided to give up. He was immediately escorted back to Alcatraz Island. The other guy made it all the way to Fort Point, the south side of the Golden Gate Bridge. He was Ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to make our way over to Angel Island. On our way over to Angel Island, we're going to transit the east end of Angel Island.
All hug together so we get warmer.
Angel Island is right in the heart of the bay.
Wonderful, special place.
Please note that directions I give are from the point of view of someone facing the front of the tram. As the tram moves along the seawall, you have a view to your right of Ayala Cove. This calm crescent of water on the northwest side of the island is for your comfort. To the right, the large building is one of the park's visitor centers and the park headquarters. Angel Island is the largest island in the bay, 740 acres, a little more than 1 square mile. It's a California state park. The Angel Island Association is a private, non-profit organization that provides valuable services for approximately 1 hour. The only way back to shore is by ferry boat. Please keep track of the time. You wouldn't want to miss your ferry back to the mainland. This point west of Ayala Cove is known as Point Ione. In clear weather, you should have a beautiful view. If it's foggy, as it so often is in summer, you may have to use your imagination. Called Raccoon Strait. Directly north across Raccoon Strait from here is a peninsula called Tiburon. To the left of Tiburon, and joined to it by roadways and landfill, is the narrow island of Belvedere. Behind Belvedere is Richardson Bay. The peak beyond Richardson Bay is Mount Tamalpais. To the powerful inspiration for today's Angel Island Association. From here, you have an overview of Camp Reynolds. The grassy incline is the parade ground. Past the parade ground at the water's edge is the remains of a pier. An artillery battery was down along the shore to the right of the pier. Most weekends, April through October. On weekends, there are also canopic species here. That means it isn't native to Angel Island. Before Europeans discovered the bay, native trees such as the toyon, madrone, coast live oak, and bay laurel covered much of Angel Island. That all changed in the early 19th century. Whaling vessels cut their... Light stations the U.S. Coast Guard operates on Angel Island. The other Coast Guard light stations are at Point Stewart and Quarry Point. These modern light stations are all automated. They serve as a constant aid to ship traffic in San Francisco Bay. Shipwrecks are always a danger when the bay is foggy. The earliest warning system on Angel Island was not a lighthouse, but a fog bell. Juliet Nichols was the bellkeeper in 1906. One evening when she was alone, a heavy fog shrouded her.
Some stumps in the trees there. Does that mean they were diseased maybe, huh?
Could be. I don't know.
Look at that view. Are you taking that?
Yeah.
Angel Island has its own unique habitat. The number of animal species is limited. Most visitors are surprised to learn which common animals are not found. Only a small number of people live on the island. Residence is limited to park staff members and their families. About 20 to 25 people usually make their home on Angel Island at any given time. For the few who live on the island,
Barely make out the silhouette of the city of Oakland or the skyline there. Straight ahead of us down the road, also hard to see, but that's where Berkeley is. On the other side of the road, you can see what's left of the Nike missile site that was active from 1958 until 1962. There were 4 silos on that plateau.
where better to isolate troops than Angel Island? Next, Fort McDowell became a depot for recruits and a port of embarkation for duty in the Pacific. Recruits were trained and equipped.
Alcatraz, the most infamous island in the world. We invite you to explore its multi-layered history and experience their daily lives when you tour the federal penitentiary. Although it's known as the Rock, you'll be amazed at the island's natural beauty. Discover the secrets of Alcatraz. It's so much more than just a prison.
When am I doing that cheer? Young again?
The National Park Service welcomes you to Alcatraz Island. As we approach Alcatraz, please note this important information about your time on the island today. Activities on Alcatraz include ranger-led programs, docent and volunteer-guided walks,
Ladies and gentlemen, we should be arriving at Alcatraz Island in about 15 minutes. Just a reminder, you are free to stay on Alcatraz as long as you'd like. Boats run approximately every 30 minutes back to Pier 33 San Francisco. Last boat is at 6:30.